Hello, so in this video we're going to talk about mapping out your content. So here are some questions that typically you want to answer within your welcome email series. You'll want to let your audience know what you want them to do at the end of the series, whether it's follow you on social media, create an account, use a coupon code, and then tell them who you are. What's your brand story? What's the history behind your company? Essentially, why should they love you? If someone's new to your list, what do they need to know about your brand that would make you stand out from the competition? Also, have you been featured anywhere? Is there any kind of publications that you can show social proof that you've been successful? Also, how often will you be emailing? And so this one's really important because then you set those expectations. If you were going to email once a week and that's maybe too much for them, then they'll maybe unsubscribe. Or if they know that you're going to be emailing every week with some content that they can learn or maybe some deals, then if that's something that they're excited about, then they're going to make sure to open up your mail. But you definitely want to be consistent and let people know how often you're going to be emailing them. Now, there's a few other things that you might want to include in your welcome email series, and it depends really on if you're selling a product or service or if you're a nonprofit. So if you have a product or service that you're selling, you might want to include how it works or provide links to your website, to your blog where it works, how you're different from your competitors, why people rave about you, and then include a special offer for them to take action. If you're not a nonprofit or not-for-profit, you might want to talk about your history and your mission, stories of impact that you've made, exclusive perks and for donors and members. So if there are exclusive perks for them, to let them know what those are, and have links to be able to donate. And then if you have a calendar of events, you'd probably want to include that, or at least a link to where they'll be able to find that information. All right, so before we hop into the makeup of the emails, I just want to hop over and show you that in the Canvas, that if you go to the worksheets tab, there is this welcome email series worksheet. It'll also be attached to this course, but if you click download, it'll open a new tab. You can download it here. I have one opened here on my screen already, and I just have it opened in Adobe. So I will fill this out first, and it's really good to map out the content and kind of get those ideas on paper before you really start writing, so that way you know the things that you want to talk about. So normally you'll start here, you can fill in your business name, and then write 2 to 3 points about your business and why they think you, why they should think that you're cool. So this could be, you know, that we have trainings in different formats. We have our coffee club, and answers to marketing questions in the Facebook group. That could be 3 points. If you have more, that's great, but you want to try to have at least a minimum of 2 to 3 points. So what is the problem that you're solving? So you'll want to spitfire kind of what that is. For Success with Digital, obviously we help people with their marketing and really just digitizing their business in general and being that support system. So that would be the problem that we're solving. What can they expect as a subscriber? So how often are you planning to email them? Do you have like a schedule in place? Is it going to be weekly, monthly, quarterly? What type of content can they expect from you? And then write down what are your top 3 products or services. If you only have 1 or 2, that's fine. Just write them down here. And then are there links to more information for the items mentioned above? So if you do have a page on your website or even a PDF, something like that, that you can share with them that gives them more information, then definitely mark those links down here so you can link out to it when you're doing your writing the welcome email? And then is there a special offer or surprise that you can offer them as a thank you for subscribing? So is there a coupon code or maybe like a micro training, that kind of thing that you can give them that's valuable, that will kind of indoctrinate them and really kind of move them down your sales funnel? So here is listing your social media accounts that you would like them to follow. So if you have an account on every single platform, but you're not active on those platforms, I wouldn't include them here. You can, but what you want them to do is to click over, and if they click over to a social media account that's just dead, and there's no engagement happening there, then really is there any point in sending them there? And then also, what is a piece of advice or a quick win that you can solve for them immediately? So an example of this would be a chiropractor, and there's a stretch that you can do to alleviate lower back pain. That would be something that would be a really quick win for someone that maybe is sore. So that would be something really cool to include in your welcome email series. And so I would definitely take time to fill out this portion of this worksheet before you hop in to start writing the emails. All right, so let's, in the next video, we're going to take a look at the first email in the series of 3. See you there.